Folks, we are witnessing a modern-day miracle. The people of Israel are returning to their ancestral homeland from the four corners of the earth. And an organization called Shavei Israel is helping them to do it. We recently sat down with the founder of Shavei Israel, Dr. Michael Freund, to learn how his organization is helping people of Jewish ancestry from all over the world return to Israel. And he was joined by a very special friend. Take a look. Well, Michael Yaakov, welcome to the Watchman Show from Jerusalem.
Thanks.
Jerusalem, the ancestral capital of the Jewish people. And Michael, you do such great work on the Ingathering, Shavei Israel. Wow, phenomenal work. Talk about what you're doing with this great organization.
Sure. I'm originally from New York. I made Aliyah. I moved to Israel back in 1995. And when Mr. Netanyahu was elected the first time, I went to work for him in the Prime Minister's office. I was the Deputy Communications Director. In the spring of 1997, a small crumpled orange envelope arrived addressed to the Prime Minister from a community in northeastern India known as the Bnei Menashe, the sons of the tribe of Manasseh. It was a very emotive appeal.
One of the lost tribes.
One of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. And it was a very emotional appeal in which they said, our ancestors were exiled 2,700 years ago. We want to come back to Zion. It turned out they'd been writing to Israeli prime ministers since at least Golda Meir in the 1970s, and probably since Ben-Gurion in the founding of the state, but they'd never gotten a response. Something about that letter touched my heart, and I replied to it. And I became involved in helping the community. And in 1999, when Mr. Netanyahu left office, I went and founded Shavei Israel, which means those who return to Israel, with the aim of seeking out the lost tribes of Israel and other hidden Jewish communities and helping them to come back to our people and our land.
Real quick, Michael, for our viewers at home who may have no idea about who the Bnei Menashe are, tell us a little bit more about this amazing community in India, of all places, how they ended up there and how they came back.
Their ancestors were exiled from the land of Israel by the Assyrian Empire after the death of King Solomon 27 centuries ago. They wandered in an eastward direction, and eventually they settled in what is now northeastern India along the border of Burma and Bangladesh. It was a long journey, but despite the journey, the Bnei Menashe remained faithful to the ways of their ancestors. They never forgot where they came from, and they never forgot where they one day dreamed of returning. We've been blessed over the past 15 years. With God's help, we've brought 3,000 Bnei Menashe on Aliyah to Israel. There are another 7,000 in India waiting to come.
Fulfilling biblical prophecy. Without a doubt, the ingathering of the exiles, the Jewish people were scattered to the ends of the earth. Now they're coming home, never to be uprooted again. Yaakov, you made Aliyah. You came to Israel from India in 2014. Was this always on your heart? Did you always feel tugged to the land of Israel? Was this a lifelong dream for you to come back home?
Yes, this has been in our hearts for years. We have always been longing to return back to the places where our ancestors lived.
Tell us a little bit about your community in India. And you guys kept Jewish customs, Jewish practices. You prayed to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. How was life for you in India before you came to Israel?
Yes, we retained our Jewish consciousness. Our captors, since 2,700 years ago, they have not been successful in diminishing our Jewish identity. So we have been strong enough to keep our Jewishness alive.
Even though you were persecuted at times?
Even though we were persecuted and tortured.
Wow. The Jewish community in India, majority Hindu, Muslim, obviously, in India, and the small community, you were tortured, but you retained your Jewishness and your Jewish practices. Michael, this is an amazing story. I can see why this letter that arrived at your office touched you. More and more coming to Israel. This is exciting.
It really is the fulfillment of what God promised our people thousands of years ago. Open up any one of the Hebrew prophets, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Amos, and you will see that God said that at the end of days, Judah and Israel will come back again. Judah being the Jewish people, Jews such as myself, Israel, a reference to the 10 lost tribes.
You're working with communities around the world, right?
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about that, too.
We work with, for example, the Chinese Jews of Kaifeng in China, who we've been blessed to bring a number of them on Aliyah, with the hidden Jews of Poland from the Holocaust, the Marranos or the B'nai Anusim of Spain, Portugal, and South America, and various other communities. The Jewish people over the past 2,000 years were persecuted unlike any other. So it's not surprising that we would find remnants or traces of Jews in just about every corner of the globe.
Exciting stuff, and you're on the forefront of it. Thanks so much, my friend.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. Yaakov, thank you too. What an amazing story. We live in Bible times. Well, up next, my final thoughts on the incredible things God is doing in Israel today and how you can be a part of it. Stick around.